35 problems all Harry Potter fans will understand. Don't worry, we completely understand. We're in this together. When you order pumpkin juice in a restaurant and everyone looks at you like you're mad. Feeling victimized because you have to lug suitcases and bags around every time you go on holiday instead of using an undetectable extension charm like Hermione. Losing interest in any sport that's not Quidditch. There aren't any brooms. That ball isn't a quaffle. What's the point? Hesitating before you bite into a custard cream in case it turns you into canary. Noticing distinctive birthmarks or markings on strangers and spending way too much time wondering what kind of animagus they are. Placing your food order by announcing it to your empty plate and wondering why a delicious feast doesn't appear. Getting stuck on a late running train and muttering to yourself how this wouldn't happen if you could just apparate instead. Spotting an owl and expecting it to stop and deliver your post. Whispering Lumos every single time you turn on a light. When all you want is a warming butterbeer, seriously, is that too much to ask? Finding yourself in an inconsolable heap on the sofa after reliving your favorite character's death, even though you've read the books hundreds of times and knew it was coming. Making random hissing noises at snakes in the hope that your parcel tongue has been lying dormant all these years and that one day they'll answer you back. The abject horror of realizing one of your friends hasn't read the Harry Potter series, followed by a serious internal debate as to why you're friends with them in the first place. Followed by indescribable jealousy because they have such a glorious journey of discovery ahead of them. Experience the kind of rage that only sending a howler will soothe. An angry text or sharply worded email just isn't the same. Visiting Leadenhall Market in London and spending the whole time being disappointed because it's not Diagon Alley. Expecting to see your deepest desires in every mirror you look instead of your reflection. Learning how to knit so you can recreate the socks that Dobby made for Harry. Eyeing up eccentrically dressed strangers and wondering if they're wizards in disguise. When you're stuck outside on a freezing cold day, lamenting the fact that you're not Hermione and can't conjure up a lovely warming blue fire in a jar. Shouting Alohomora confidently whenever you get locked out, only to discover that you're still locked out because that's a stick you're holding, not a wand. Getting overexcited about going to a festival until you realize that you won't be traveling to the campsite by Portkey, and your tent is actually that small. When people catch you reading Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and say, "Haven't you already read that one?" Binge watching all of the films and giving yourself a headache from crying so much. Billowing Expelliarmus at people in the middle of arguments. Seeing a snowy owl and having to take a moment. Studying the paintings and pictures in your house intently for any sign that the inhabitants have moved. Holding a secret grudge against your postman because it's not Hedwig. Being asked to give a speech and finding the nitbit, blubber, and oddment don't quite cut it. Desperately wishing that horror was a legitimate career path. Now what am I supposed to do with my life? Catching sight of a cat with spectacles around its eyes and wondering. When you wake up with a head full of nargles and nobody else understands. Missing the days when you spent hours debating whether Harry was the last Horcrux or not. Ah, good times. Not having enough room on your bookshelves for all your different editions of the Harry Potter series. When you start reading another book in another series and have to stop because it's just not Harry Potter.